What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. What's up, Alexis? What's up, Claudia? What's up, Marshall? Yeah, come on in. Y'all come on in. Y'all can share this if y'all want to as well. Let the people know what's going on. What's up, Jigga? We'll give them another minute, y'all, and we'll get started. Yeah, come in when they come in. Someone a little sleepy, yeah. Jim, I don't think I've been asleep since like 5 a.m. All right. How about we begin? Now, I received a video this morning of Donald John Trump having the coronavirus. Yep. Donald J. Trump, what's up, Bucci? Has coronavirus. Let me let y'all hear the news for the day. Let me let y'all hear it for yourselves. Let me let y'all hear what they got to say.
Going to Florida. What we're seeing Speaking tonight as the President of the United States in retreat. That's right, retreat. Beaten by the coronavirus. You know why? He played politics with the virus. Everyone told him not to. He did it anyway. And the virus is winning. And that's because of the choices this president has made. But tonight he is finally being forced to face reality. The reality of a virus that has surged past 4 million cases today. He is being forced to back down. He's canceling the big finale of the Republican convention in Jacksonville. Oh, my word. No cheering crowds, no in-person acceptance speech. Can you imagine, for someone who loves the spotlight as much as him, the reality TV show president, how that feels? Well, they said, not in a hot spot, not in a dangerous hot spot where cases are soaring.
I looked at my team and I said, the timing for this event is not right. It's just not right with what's happened recently, the flare-up in Florida. To have a big convention is not the right time. It's really something that, for me, I have to protect the American people.
Where did that come from? Sad that sagging polling numbers had to force him to face reality. A source is telling CNN the president was worried, of course, about sparse attendance at the convention, and was watching closely as multiple Republicans said that they wouldn't go or were considering not going. Another source says canceling was presented to the president as a chance to show leadership. Can I stop there just for a second? A chance to show leadership? Come on. Leadership, a chance to show leadership. The president has had the chance every second of every minute of every day of this crisis. Not only for this crisis, of his entire presidency. That is literally his job description. His job description is to lead the country.
What's up, everybody that just came in?
Convention official is telling CNN that the whole thing is, quote, a multi-million-dollar debacle. And think of where all of that money could have gone, right? That money could have gone to fighting this virus. Instead, the president is pulling the plug, and he's throwing the RNC into chaos.
We'll have a very nice something. We'll figure it out. It'll be online in some form. Maybe it'll be something even a little bit different. We have time. You know, we're talking about the end of August. But I think it'll be something that will be exciting.
Smarter minds have been saying that forever. Not the time we have a bunch of people crowded into a room. Remember that rally he held in Tulsa? Going to Florida, in the middle of a hot spot. A lot of people have said, maybe the convention should be virtual this time. Nope. I'm thinking I'm going to move it. I'm going to go to Florida. Because they won't let me have my convention. And now, look what's happening. Is that leadership? A leader would have known that before. Would not have had to relent and retreat now. What a defeat for the president who first insisted on having his convention in North Carolina, demanding that the state's Democratic governor allow a full house of thousands and thousands of delegates crammed together in the middle of a pandemic. When Governor Roy Cooper said the convention would have to be scaled back, the president took his ball and his bat, and he moved.
The governor's a little backward there. He's a little bit behind. And unfortunately, we're going to probably be having no choice but to move the Republican convention to another location.
If they'd done that in the first place, he wouldn't be retreating now. Even 2 weeks ago, he was still bashing North Carolina's governor for putting the safety of his people ahead of the president's petulant demands.
When we signed in Jacksonville, and again, we wanted to be in North Carolina, that almost worked out, but the governor didn't want to have people use the arena, essentially. We sort of, that's too bad for North Carolina.
That was July 7th. It's July 23rd. Now he's had to change. Too bad for North Carolina? Too bad for a state that is putting the lives of its people ahead of the president's convention demands? And the president, still complaining tonight.
We went to North Carolina. We wanted to do it there. It was all set. We were going to build a beautiful facility, and it got hit hard, and the governor then he could have treated us better. Democrat governor.
I am confused. I don't even know. I mean, listen, if you were out there, and do you understand what... Does it even make sense? You're saying it's a Democratic governor. Democratic. It should be Democratic, people, instead of Democrat. That's not proper grammar. But it's all because of a, quote, Democrat governor, and it's just one excuse after the other. Instead, I screwed up. I tried to pretend that it wasn't real. I played politics with it. That's the answer. That is the truth. Spinning now. Spinning. How do I spin this? That is what's happening. Why is he so complaining about North Carolina hours after he took credit for doing the same thing? You see what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Spinning. That tells you everything that you need to know about just how big this defeat is for him. Can you imagine the person who just sucks in those crowds? Mexico's gonna pay for the wall. Not true. We're building the wall. No, you're building replacement fence for the most part. Yeah, cheer. And he can't get it. Can you imagine how that feels? Whew. I said the virus is winning, and that's because of the choices this president has made. It is his own making, of his own making. He made this bed.
Now he feel how I feel, but for two different reasons. You know, he did it for political reasons. I'm doing it for spiritual reasons. Yeah, I'm doing it for spiritual reasons. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing it because I told y'all that this shit was a lie. This QAnon and Maga movement and all that was trash. You see what I'm saying? It's been trash. And now everybody's waking up to the fact it's been 4 years and you really don't have any proof that nothing has happened. You know what I'm saying? You have people talking about it. Hearsay, you have the supporters saying this and that, and they get inside sources, but you really don't have any proof. Matter of fact, up on the Trumponomics, things have gotten worse. Things have gotten worse. This Ronald Reagan 2.0. I told y'all, Ronald Reagan was King David, and Donald John Trump is King Solomon. You see what I'm saying? The son. So check this out. What does the Maga movement mean in Greek, in the old languages, in the old tongues? Let's find out here. Let's begin with this shit show. Maga in Greek means swollen, smart ass, morning sun, dude, land, swell. So morning sun, or the morning star. It also means witch in Latin, or sorcerer in Latin, right? So my interpretation of what was how I relate this to the Maga movement. Maga in Greek means morning sun or morning star, Lucifer, which is the falling light or reverse Kundalini. Maga in Latin means sorcerer, Luciferian. Maga in Hebrew means contact with falling light, angels/angels, which equates to fallen consciousness. Yet this is the movement you choose to worship, but in the end I guarantee that it will fail you. Hashtag come out of her, my people. Now I wrote this post last month. Let's see. I didn't even screenshot the time or date that I made this particular post. Now, what about QAnon? QAnon comes from the Arabic the Arabic Qanun, which means to pass a law, to make a law, to break the law, but most importantly, to abolish the law. You see what I'm saying? Also to operate within the framework of the law. So that's what QAnon represents. So I said QAnon comes from the Arabic Qanun, which means to make, pass, or break laws. So QAnon is also a mechanism to keep legalese, which is arcanic law, operational, right? So this is what we got going on here. So now, You got this Maga movement, y'all. So it's reverse Kundalini energy. That's what I've been telling y'all. Maga is Naga reversed. See what I'm saying? QAnon is Oanon, which is Oannis, which is the Babylonian fish god of the underworld. So it's underworld energy, sucking up your life force whenever you even read that shit or even tune in. Then what's worse? Check this out. I told y'all I was gonna be the fall of the QAnon era, right? Didn't I tell y'all that? I said that. I said it's gonna be the fall of the motherfucking QAnon era. Hold on here. Where is it here? It says Twitter bans 7,000 QAnon accounts and it limits 150,000 others as part of a broad crackdown. The company will classify QAnon as coordinated harmful activity in part because of a rising harassment targeting high-profile critics of the president. You see what I'm saying? So, wait a minute now. I thought QAnon and the Maga movement was all one big movement. What's up, New? What's up, Rose? Nah. It's all, now they trying to break away from the shit now. They trying to kill it all. They trying to assassinate it all. Trump ain't got the coronavirus. They assassinated the Trump clones this week. But I told y'all this is a reverse Kundalini ritual. If they had showed them killing Trump with an actual gun directly, or poisoning him, or whatever they would have did to him, if they had showed it directly, then that wouldn't have caused a reverse Kundalini effect. That would have caused Kundalini ignition into righteous fury, and the whole world would have burned this society down. This global United Nations down within a week. You see what I'm saying? So they did. They told you he has coronavirus, which is designed. They tell you he got coronavirus for the QAnon supporters who don't know what the fuck going on. When they get hit with this all of a sudden news and information, guess what? They're gonna be like, it's gonna cause. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? And it's gonna cause a mass Great Depression. So you see what I'm saying? Notice what I said, a mass Great Depression. And this depression is going to lead to a mass reversal of the Kundalini force. Maga. You see what I'm saying? Maga. Reverse light. Falling consciousness. You see what I'm saying? It's going to lead to this. That's why I'm starting today. I'm starting when they start. I'm putting the lecture out right now when they put just a few hours after they put the goddamn, after they dropped the news they just dropped. You see what I'm saying? Just now. So I'm putting it out right now before they even goddamn blow it up. Because they're going to blow it up this weekend. Best believe that. By Monday, you're going to be in a whole new paradigm. Watch, see what I tell you. So they're going to blow this shit up. So I'm telling y'all now, so y'all can be prepared. Let go of this shit. Because they wiping it out. If they already did that to Twitter, they already wiped out 7,000 accounts and have limited 150,000 accounts. And by the end of the week or end of the month, they probably be wiped out most of the QAnon accounts on Twitter. YouTube and Facebook, you're next. I'm warning y'all right now. So if you got anything to do with QAnon, it's time to eject from that shit. Because they about to wipe that shit out. They about to go on a worldwide purge, global purge of the QAnon frequency. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a QAnon cell in every country at this point. Every major country in the world right now. Right? What's up, Rain? I told y'all, like I said, Trump's assassination. Trump already been assassinated. They didn't kill most of his clones, and if they've been brave enough to come out with saying he got the coronavirus, then his ass they either poisoned him or they done got to him. You see what I'm saying? And they probably got somebody talking like him at this point. Oh yeah, it's deep. It's deep. So yeah. Or they didn't killed enough clones to make people believe that he did, but he got coronavirus now. You see what I'm saying? Which don't matter. If he got coronavirus, everybody automatically think that he did. You see what I'm saying? They automatically got it in their minds that he did. Whether or he's facing death, or he's going to be soon unfit to lead the country if he got such a fatal illness. So he about to get ready to go. He about to get ready to go. So that's why I was telling y'all last month, come out of her, my people. Come out of this QAnon deception, this anti-Christos energy. What is the Antichrist? The Antichrist is a consciousness, a frequency, an anti-source frequency. You see what I'm saying? If Christ consciousness is soul consciousness, then motherfucking Antichrist is anti-soul consciousness. So it's an anti-soul frequency. You see what I'm saying? And if we all about raising the Kundalini, raising the Jed, then they all about destroying the Kundalini, destroying the Jed, or destroying the towers of Babel. You see what I'm saying? There was more than one Tower of Babel. There's multiple towers of Babel that live in you. You see what I'm saying? The Tower of Babel is your spine. See what I'm saying? Babel itself is your pineal, your consciousness. See what I'm saying? So this is going on here. This is going on here. I seen it coming. I told y'all what it was. It's happening. Damn, I ain't think it's gonna happen this quick. I mean, it happened quick. Like, shit, I thought they was gonna at least wait till around election time, you know, around election time, around October, November. Nope. But see, why are they doing it now? Why are they doing it now? They're doing it now because the Lions Gate is coming up. And the solar frequency that's about to hit this planet, the dynamic solar force is about to hit this planet is gonna be so strong that they was like, all right, we gotta cause this Great Depression now. So when this solar force hit the planet, people's vibrations will be too low they won't be able to recover in time, and this solar frequencies will fuck you up. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. You see what I'm saying? So these solar frequencies will fuck you up when the Lion Gate. What is the lion? The lion is the king of the jungle. So this the king of the energies for the year. See what I'm saying? This is the godlike energies of the year. The Titan frequencies of the year. You see what I'm saying? These primordial energies is about to hit the planet. So they're gonna do this Great Depression now at the perfect time. They did it on what? The Leo Cancer cusp. You see what I'm saying? So they doing it now because Cancer represents your emotional energy, and Leo, which is a fire element, because Cancer is water, so Leo is fire, and that represents your ferocity, your willpower, your personal power. You see what I'm saying? Your enthusiasm, ambitions, and inspiration, your realizations and shit, right? So Cancer represents what? Emotion, intuition, receptivity, to your ability to tune in to your higher God consciousness. You see what I'm saying? That's why they released it now. You see what I'm saying? Of all days, they releasing it now. And I was like, damn, so they doing this shit before the Lions Gate. Because the Lions Gate next month. And we in what you like to call the God days. I mean the dog days. They call them dog days, but it's really the God days. Because dog is God reverse. And they start on July 17th. And from July 17th to the end of August, these God days or dog days, y'all go check them out. Just type in July 17th dog days on Google, and it's gonna tell you that these are the most. This is when Sirius is at the height of our solar system, and it experiences the most dynamic solar energy towards us. And it brings in the most dynamic energies of the year. You see what I'm saying? The most dynamic energies of the year. So from now until it climaxes when the Lion Gates hit around, well, August 17th, August 18th. That's usually where the Lions Gate is. So that's a month. So the energies build up from now until the Lions Gate and explode during the Lions Gate. And that explosion of energy lasts until what, usually mid to late September, which is around the fall equinox, which is harvest season. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. So they know exactly what the fuck they doing with this ritual. You see what I'm saying? They timed it perfectly. You see what I'm saying? You gotta give these motherfuckers their props. They know exactly what the fuck they doing. So it's all about reversing your Kundalini. So you will be vibrating too low to take advantage of these energies. You see what I'm saying? Oh, we gonna bomb on all their ass today. We got to bang on all them. So yeah. We got the Maga movement, which is reverse Kundalini energy. We got QAnon, which is Oannes, the underworld deity. So that's underworld energy. Now we know Donald Trump, King Solomon, a.k.a. King Solomon, a.k.a. King Arthur, a.k.a. the architect in the Matrix. Then we got QAnon, the Oracle. You see what I'm saying? The Oracle, the Queen of Sheba. You see what I'm saying? The Queen of Sheba and Morgan Le Fay. You see what I'm saying? They just dropped the TV show what? Cursed. I ain't even watched it yet. I just watched this fucking trailer. But I already know that's Morgan Le Fay who they just gave Excalibur to. And I hadn't even watched the shit. I will be watching it in the cold net later. But yeah. Yes, they just gave Morgan Le Fay the motherfucking sword, which is King Arthur's sister. You see what I'm saying? Who heals him in the garden. I forget the name of the garden now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The garden, she heals him and regenerates him so he can go back out there and go to war. And in some in some stories that's where he dies and she take over. And in other stories they beefing. You see what I'm saying? It just depends on which stories. But in this case, QAnon is that energy. It's the feminine energy to Donald Trump's masculine energy. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on. So if QAnon, the Queen of Sheba, / the Oracle, / Morgan Le Fay, and Donald Trump is King Arthur / King Solomon / the architect, then who the fuck is the SSP Alliance? Who they represent? What's their role in this? The SSP Alliance is known as the Cabal Federation. You see what I'm saying? They know it's the Cabal Federation. And so this is what you got going on here. We're dealing with the Cabal. You know, is many branches to this particular group. See what I'm saying? There's many branches to this group. Cause guess what? This spell almost over with. I need y'all to know that. This is the climax. They wrapping this shit up. So the QAnon, the Maga, the SSP Alliance spell is almost over. So David Wilcock and fucking Corey Good and all them niggas, they about to vanish. Or them wiggers, should I say? They about to vanish on y'all. Now they know Nibiru is coming. See what I'm saying? The Anunnaki is on their motherfucking way. See what I'm saying? They almost here. And they about to evacuate this planet. And they about to take all their smartest scientists, all their smartest, they smartest, most intelligent people with them. They're looking to take about 300 to 500,000 of their supreme race, and all of them mostly white. You got the white people. You got a few Asians. They gonna take with them. You know, they got a few upper class Arabs they gonna take with them. None of the indigenous people. They lying to you saying that there's Africans in this group. There are no Africans. There are no indigenous people on this planet in this organization. I need y'all to know that. Shit, they had indigenous people in the organization. Then where they been at all this time? Ask yourself these questions. You know, they telling y'all that Africa has a global League of Nations Space Force. Bullshit. They had a global League of Nations Space Force, and where the hell they at then? It's been 4 years. Y'all know that, right? And you ain't seen not one African, not one us indigenous black Americans. We don't give a fuck about them niggas anyway. We ain't studying them. But all the other races they'll put up with outside of us most of the time. So no Africans, no Afro Latinos, no black Welsh, no Orang, none of the Orang Asli, who are the original black people in Asia. You know, so where everybody at? Where everybody else at? If they got a secret space force, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, they're going through a portal. They're going through a Stargate underground. They heading to Mars. We know they heading to Mars. They heading to Saturn. They heading to Uranus and Jupiter. I think those are the 4 main locations they rolling out. They leaving. What's up, Dolph? They're the 4 main locations that I know they hitting up. Mars, Jupiter, definitely Saturn. Mars and Saturn are the big 2. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. Them the main 4. That's why they always talk about Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. Notice them the 4 planets that they always talk about because they already colonized those 4 planets. And have been traveling and move. They take about 300,000 to Mars. They're going to take about 300,000 to Jupiter. They're going to take about 300,000 to Saturn. And they're going to take about 300,000 to Uranus, which is about 1.2 million of their people, of their advanced of their advanced intelligent people. You see what I'm saying? Or who they consider to be highly intelligent. See what I'm saying? So this you got going on here. This you got going on. So definitely. So what is this about? What did Donald Trump represent? King Solomon represent? King Solomon in the Bible represented what? Hope. So Donald Trump represents hope for the globe, the planet. So that his assassination, or just hearing about him having coronavirus, that's gonna make the world sad. You see what I'm saying? Because they felt like they've been taught that he's been doing so much. You see what I'm saying? They've been taught that he's been doing so much for the world. So they're just gonna leave the world sad, which is a mass Great Depression. That's what we getting here. That's what they get. That's what they got going on here. Let's see. Yeah, the SSP Alliance or Cabal Federation will seemingly begin to disappear from the scene over the next few months. Core Good Day Wilcott will be silent. They will be silent, and they will begin to shut down their operations. That includes the Sphere Being Alliance and all the other shit that they was talking about. I don't keep up with it no more, but yeah. Over the next few months, because they all know the Beru coming. The Beru coming. So yeah, them black guys, them black digits, them black titans about to hit the planet soon. And they know they don't have to get this planet up. The melanated titans, the melanated warriors want their planet back now. You see what I'm saying? Both on the ground and in the sky and up under the ground. They want it back. You see what I'm saying? They ready for it again. So they gonna have to get up. So now, what is Solar War? The Cabal Federation. You see what I'm saying? That's actually what the Secret Space Force is called. Y'all didn't know that. It's called Solar War. So now, y'all probably seen this book float around a lot. Now, I always point out the fact that this nigga dropping all this fucking material and ain't assassinated this nigga yet. I know niggas who just talked about COINTELPRO and came up missing. Or ended up dead in a hotel room on their typewriter or fucking computer. So you mean to tell me this nigga wrote 6 books of all this advanced shit that's going on and they ain't put this nigga out his misery? Come on now. Y'all gotta start paying attention to what the fuck going on here. Use your logic. Use your occult reason, not just your physical occult reasoning. You see what I'm saying? Your occult logic. Shit, hold on here. Now, Solar Warden, page 288, which is the military branch of the Cabal. Now, what I want to point out here is the fact that they use a particular energy to enslave us, and they call it Babylonian money magic. The Babylonian money magic slave system. That's what they called it. They initiated it towards the end of the empire known as Babylon. You see what I'm saying? Or it may have been wrong, but they just called it Babylon. They like to throw out ancient names around. So it may be called Babylon, but it actually may be wrong. You see what I'm saying? So it may be wrong because they weren't really fucking around. They weren't really around like that in Babylon. But we gonna get the benefit of the doubt. Say it was Babylon, Babylonian money magic. But I think it's Roman money magic to tell you the truth. Now, they tell us here that the Solar Warden, the Interplanetary Corporate Conglomerate, and the Dark Fleet once had smooth relations. Meaning that they were all one. They were all one organization. Let's see here. So you mean to tell me they was one organization? The Solar Warden was their military branch, or the Navy and the Marines. Then you had the Interplanetary Corporate Conglomerate, which was that's pretty much their corporation branch, which deals with the CEOs, the politicians, yada yada. You see what I'm saying? Then you had the Dark Fleet, or the Deep State, as y'all call it. Now we about to go over every branch, so y'all know who the fuck y'all dealing with. Let's go with ICC first. Interplanetary Corporate Conglomerate, also part of the Cabal Confederation. They had what you like to call the Majestic 12, which are 12 council members who ruled over this corporation. Now, they are the ones who instituted the Babylonian money magic, or I'm going to say the Roman money magic. So they instituted the monetary system on our planet. They do this all the time. They go across the galaxy doing these kinds of things when they conquer planet. They're in charge of doing that. Now, let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. I told y'all that this is what they do. This is what they do. Let's see. The secret Earth governments and their syndicates known as the Cabal, Illuminati, and various other secret societies, and their controllers, Draco Federation royals, and ancient Earth/human breakaway civilization that have deceived many and presented themselves as ETs from various star systems. There's been quite a lot of chaos among these groups, which has resulted in them turning on each other. Why are they turning on each other now? It's to cause chaos, making you think that they've fallen apart. When in actuality, they tighter than ever. they tighter than ever. You see what I'm saying? They tighter than ever. So let's see here. Let's see. Page 360. What we got going on here? What we got going on? Page 360. The galactic human slave trade. What? So it's galactic. Oh, we thought it was just planetary. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the major colonial powers supported flourishing slave trades in their respective colonies through corrupt local elites or outright conquest of foreign territories. As the abolitionist movement spread and raised consciousness in former colonial powers, such as Spain and Britain, these countries led the way in ending the global slave trade. According to Good, a galactic human slave trade exists where millions of casual humans are taken off planet to distant colonies on other worlds to be bartered or abused or sold into deeper levels of slavery. Good claims that the galactic human slave trade is now opposed by an alliance of secret space programs. Bullshit. They plan to disclose the full truth about the abusive practices that have plagued humanity for centuries. That was 4 or 5 years ago, and y'all ain't got shit yet for real. If not millennia, due to corrupt local elites, Cabal/Illuminati, and intervention by imperialist space powers, Draco Federation Alliance Empire. So yeah. So they tell you that this galactic slave trade is global, yeah. It's intergalactic. They not lying. Not only are they trafficking goods, they trafficking people. Where do you think your people going? They're going to other planets to get sacrificed now. So they can set up their ritual energies there on those particular planets. So now, let's continue here. Let's continue here. Financial branch of the financial branch of the intergalactic financial branch of the Cabal Federation. Let's see here. Yep. I already told y'all they set up monetary systems across the galaxy. And their whole objective is to continue to expand the galactic corporate empire. You see what I'm saying? All over the cosmos. You see what I'm saying? So this is what they do. This is what they do. Now, the next group is known as the Global Galactic League of Nations. Now, what are they about? What are they about? The Global Galactic League of Nations is pretty much the Star Trek ambassadors. You see what I'm saying? The Cabal ambassadors. You see what I'm saying? So let's go to them. Page 291. What they about? Let's see here. Let's see. They had worked out a future post-full disclosure plan with the SSP Alliance Council sometime earlier to free all the inhabitants of these facilities, provide them assistance in recovery of what they had been through, as well as hand over all its assets to the post-disclosure era civilization of Earth, or what y'all call SAR or the SAR. That's what their utopia on this planet. That was their objective. The infrastructure that was built for nuclear purposes, along with all the suppressed technologies, would be disclosed to every single person of Earth simultaneously, and be the beginning of what the SSP Alliance had dreamed of, which is a Star Trek civilization. So there y'all go. So the Global League of Nations, go out and set up shop. You see what I'm saying? Let's see here. 202. Let me go for y'all real quick. Let's see what they doing. They built them. Let's see. Good claims that the Global Galactic League of Nation Secrets program operates outside the solar system. Furthermore, suggests that it's primarily an explorer type program in the model of the fictional Star Trek series. Now you see where this shit coming from. Mainly operate outside the solar system. It would be unlikely to come in conflict with the other two main programs operating within the solar system, Solar Warden and the Interplanetary Corporate Conglomerate. So there you go. So yeah. So now y'all know who they are. They are your Star Trek ambassadors going around making first contact with different motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? And slowly but surely enslaving them into their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They the ones. Now, you know, all those peaceful motherfuckers who show up and start talking to you and having fun with you and goofing off with you, then all of a sudden the motherfuckers disappear and you wonder what happened to them? Well, them niggas. You see what I'm saying? Them those niggas there. What you said, Marshall, it keeps freezing? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. She said it keeps freezing. Y'all having that problem? Let me know. Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, I know they probably would attack this one. This on their level here. So yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna go and continue just in case. Now, let's see here. 291. I think I already went over that one. Yeah, I went over there good. We can move on to Deep State. Deep State is what they call the Dark Cabal. Those are your shadow assassins, mercenaries, soothsayers, occultists, and intergalactic / global agencies. You see what I'm saying? Or you see what I'm saying? Like the CIA, the KGB, and all them other motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? So them, all of them. And now let's see here what we got about the Dark Fleet. Let's see here. The Dark Fleet. The Dark Fleet, good reports, is aligned with an imperialist entity, the Draconian Empire / Federation. Because the Dark Fleet and Global Galactic League of Nations operate as a kind of galactic good cop / bad cop while performing interstellar operations. Actually replaced Draconian Empire / Federation with Pleiadian Empire / Federation, the Nordics. You see what I'm saying? Those are the real motherfuckers who are the Dark Fleet. You see what I'm saying? Not no Dracos. You know, they got some Draco reptilians but most of them are enslaved on the astral plane. So most of the Nordics are enslaved on the astral plane. So the Dracos and the Pleiadians are actually beefing with each other. So the Dracos got them enslaved on the astral plane, y'all. Shit, me and my homegirl, we remote viewed that. You know, we seen that on the astral plane. I was like, goddamn. So yeah, so they you know, them and the Pleiadians don't get along. The Nordics. I'm talking about the Nordic Pleiadians now. The white Pleiadians, if y'all need me to be precise. The interplanetary corporate conglomerate had been deeply infiltrated by the Vril Society / Nazi Space Force. You see what I'm saying? Closely cooperated with the Dark Fleet. Good also said that the Solar War program was infiltrated to an extent and worked cooperatively with the interplanetary corporate conglomerate until the full scope of the latter's deception became apparent. Oh yeah, they snitching on each other now. That's basically what's going on here. That's basically what's happening here. They snitching on each other in this particular book. Let's see. Well, it ain't even that they snitching on each other. They have to tell you the truth by universal law. See what I'm saying? They have to tell you the truth by universal law. So let's see. Let's see here. Let's see the Dark Fleet. What page is they on? Origins of the Dark Fleet, page 120. We gonna shut this shit down. We gonna destroy this. You said Annabelle, they still chopping the video? Yeah, they may attack the shit out of this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go and put it on out here. Let's see. Yeah, now the original Dark Fleet is the Nazis or that was the original Dark Fleet, the Nazis, and the Vril Society, and the Thule Society, and all them motherfuckers. But they got absorbed into. The Nazis got absorbed into the current Cabal Federation. And then they say right here, the Nazi defeat led to the incorporation of what was left of Kamler's weaponized flying saucer program. With the Vril Society's operational secret space program, which had gone through the Second World War undetected and undamaged, the success of the Vril Society in maintaining its independence from the Nazi SS and even assuming a leadership position in the breakaway society shows how powerful Vril, Thule, and Black Sun leaders had become in Hitler's totalitarian society. It was not long after the merger of the Nazi space programs, however, before its leaders had aligned themselves with others, or been taken over by dark occult forces that work with the negative extraterrestrial group, the Pleiadians. Not the Dracos, the Pleiadians, mainly. There are some Dracos who got something to do with it, but it was mainly the Pleiadians. Good describes these dark occult forces as similar to the Sith ideology in the Star Wars movie franchise. Well, you'll get all that shit. It's all coming to these movies are about them, not about us. The practices of the Black Sun Society form at the apex of Himmler's SS, the unholy alliance. That's how they describe Himmler's setup of the occult underpinnings of the SS leadership. You see what I'm saying? And it says here the secret chapter of the Order of the Black Sun assembled once a year. Each member had his own armchair with an engraved silver nameplate. Each had to devote himself to a ritual of spiritual exercises. Each had to devote himself to a ritual of spiritual exercises aimed mainly at mental concentration. You see what I'm saying? Concentration. The focal point of Wellsburg, evidently owing much to the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, we just talked about that, was a great dining hall with an oaken table to seat 12 picked from the senior grouping Führers. Here, the Nazi SS leadership practiced communication with spirit forces from the realm of the dead. It was within the great dining hall with its round table that Himmler and his inner circle of 12 grouping Führers would engage in mystic communication with the realm of the dead Teutons and perform other spiritual exercises. You see what I'm saying? Lavander describes a round table meeting involving Himmler and his SS Black Sun elite in regard to the questions of the commander-in-chief of the regular German army, General von Frisch. Himmler, assembled 12 of his most trusted SS leaders in a room next to the one in which von Frisch was being questioned, and ordered them all to concentrate their mind on exerting a suggestive influence over the general that will induce him to tell the truth. I happened to come into the room by accident, and to see these 12 SS leaders sitting in a circle, all sunken deep inside of contemplation, was indeed a remarkable sight. Over time, it is easy to see how the dark occult knowledge practiced by the Black Sun Order will have led to the compromise and takeover of the Vril Society space program. So yeah. So the Nazis and everybody, they took over America for a while, and they absorbed all this shit into they tell you that in this book that they actually took over America. Now the Dark Fleet, they said, worked almost entirely outside the solar system. A very military offensive, extremely classified above the others, and there were large fleets. Similar looking carrier craft that looked like the Star Wars wedge-shaped craft in the movies. They work alongside the Pleiadian Alliance and are speculated to fight alongside them in their affairs in other systems. So the Archons, the Dracos, some of them, and the Pleiadians, all these motherfuckers are lying, y'all. You see what I'm saying? All these motherfuckers are lying. It is true that the Dark Fleet personnel have been called stormtroopers and space Nazis, both because of the way they act, dress, and the symbols they wear, as well as the shape of their vessels, Star Wars-like. They are very dark individuals who work alongside the Archons, Dracos, Insectoids, all the motherfuckers, Pleiadians, mostly outside the solar system, helping them in offensive activities against enemies of the Draco Joint Federation. Damn. Yeah. This is what y'all got going on here. It says here, with the integration of the real and the Nazi SS space programs after the secret space, that's what the SS stands for, secret space programs. After the war, the role of the Black Sun Order was augmented. It was the Black Sun Order that would lead the way as the Nazi real society space program developed as a unified entity. Damn. So this shit was real. So what happened to all this? Well, the people were starting to wake up. The people have been trying to wake up since 1900. So they had to continuously shut down the people because they did not want them to wake up. So they continue to transmit trauma and do all type of other fuckery and fucked up shit to the people to shut them back down. Because it's been a steady rise in consciousness since 1900. 120 years, like we've been saying. Now, the U.S. government suppression of a civilian space program. Oh, I thought they had your back, huh? The U.S. government now, not the Nazis. Aldous Carr claims to build the world's first civilian spacecraft. It was called the OTC-X1. Y'all have heard me talk about that. So, in November 1959, Carr successfully passed his design for a full-scale civilian spacecraft called the OTC-X1, and a circular design that made it look like a flying saucer. Now, the OTC-X1 and this is what it looks like, if y'all want to know. So it's all here, y'all. The OTC-X1 would be powered by a number of capacitor-like objects that Carr called Utrons. In the early 1957 interview, Carr described the Utrons as a storage cell for electrical energy. Have y'all even heard of Utrons? They don't even teach that shit in quantum physics. I had never heard of Utrons before I read this book. Because Otis Carr was a direct apprentice of Nikola Tesla. So y'all already know how they feel about that nigga by default. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know Nikola Tesla came down here to help free the people. Him and not Albert Einstein. They keep that to himself. There was another one. Damn, I can't think of his name. Who was real powerful. He built Coral Castle. And out of pure magnetism, out of pure magnetic principles. And I can't think of his name for shit in the world. Yeah, it may come to me while we're in this lecture, but if it do, I'll let y'all know. But Cuz built the whole fucking Coral Castle off pure magnetic teachings. See what I'm saying? Pure magnetism, off natural energy and magnetism. And a fucking Men in Black came and assassinated him just like they assassinated Nikola Tesla. Well, Otis Carr carried on Nikola Tesla's work. You see what I'm saying? And he took it so far as to have built the OTC-X1. You see what I'm saying? He built fucking space technologies. Because Nikola Tesla gave him some of his designs as well. See what I'm saying? It's free energy designs. So he expounded upon it. Took it to the next level. So let's continue with these Utrons. Utrons as a storage cell for electrical energy. In operation, it generates electricity at the same time it puts out electromotive force. This is the central power system for our spacecraft. The Utrons will supply a series of counter-rotating magnets, creating the energy they require for overcoming the Earth's gravitational field. Carr described this process as follows. This is what he said. We have capacitor plates and electromagnets as part of the system. Now this is counter-rotating. The electromagnets rotate in one direction and the accumulator, the batteries, rotate in another. The capacitor plates rotate in conjunction with the battery so that we have a clockwise and counterclockwise rotation. Now the third system is the cabin that maintains the crew. This does not rotate. It is fixed due to the fact the two bodies are rotating clockwise and counterclockwise. Therefore, the system causes the craft to escape from the gravity pull. The craft itself, due to this system, still has internal gravity because it still has the same weight that it had in the beginning. So, Carr's design will create an entire new gravitational field inside the craft, which is called Tesla waves. It's a particular name. I'm a little rusty on my physics these days. But Tesla fields and these electromagnetic fields, if they sped up properly, they can actually produce wormholes and faster than light travel. I do remember that much. See what I'm saying? The zero mass environment would enable the spacecraft to achieve light speed velocity, like I just said. Let's see here. It would also enable occupants to withstand tremendous acceleration and changes in direction without being polarized by immense G-forces inside the craft. Carr detailed the intricate electromagnetic propulsion system of his spacecraft in his 1959 patent. So this is what you like to call MIT, Mind Interface Technologies. And Carr stated, that's what you see. If y'all need an example, that's what Okoye used to fly the spaceship in the Black Panther movie. Mind Interface Technology. That's what's up. Carr stated that all electrical power would be extracted from the atmosphere and be stored in sufficient quantities in regenerative cores to power the craft during interplanetary travel. We are able here, the first time, our knowledge to use atmospheric electricity as a recharging system. This is done as a part of operational principle of the craft. What? Y'all ain't never heard this shit here. Otis T. Carr, president of OTC Enterprises, Incorporated. So he had his own organization. What happened to it? Let's find out. Now, he details his claims in the interview and demonstration of a crude model of a circular motion machine, which he stands is the principle of a free energy circular form spacecraft he can build. If someone puts up the money, he said the machine can be adapted to devices of any size to produce continuous power absolutely free of dissipation, meaning that it will never run out. What? Sound like Nikola Tesla's teachings, right? Yeah. Its immediate application, Carr said, would be in spacecraft, which would be able to fly among the planets and control flight. It could land or take off its desired on the Earth, the Moon, or any planet in the Earth's solar system, he said. What? What? So this you got going on here. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on. Did something went wrong here while he was making this happen. Let's see. Carr was nowhere to be. He said all that was shown to the public were three-dimensional illustrations of his design. Carr was nowhere to be found. Long John Neville, a famous New York radio host, located Carr at the nearby Mercy Hospital, where he had been admitted for 8 days due to a lung hemorrhage that just mysteriously appeared. Like they said, mysteriously, Carr had become ill on the eve of what should have been a major publicity coup. Carr's spacecraft project was becoming increasingly shrouded in mystery and controversy. What? So here we go. This is what happens to him. This is what happens when you buck the system. They come after you. So here we go. Those present were dissatisfied, and some complained that they were not even shown the model to be tested. I don't know what's going on, but I feel they never had any intention of trying to launch the model. I cannot see any plans in sight for the model, and in fact, I understand that Buster Maywood Jones presented only what he called three-dimensional illustrations of Carr's ideas, because he was an agent. He was an agent, y'all. He was a motherfucking agent. That's why. Many accepted public criticism that Carr was promoting his OTC X1 in order to create interest for his planned amusement park ride at Frontier City in Oklahoma City. So let's see. With growing hostile public opinion in Oklahoma, Carr decided to move his center of operations to Apple Valley, California. I don't know why the fuck he went to California in late 1955 to prevent any further public debacles. He decided not to announce any test flights in advance. With new financial backing and a large production plant, Osbrink at his disposal, Carr proceeded with his plans to develop and test his spacecraft. Major Wayne Aho, a former Army combat intelligence officer during World War II and Carr's chief pilot, proclaimed that he would fly to the moon in a flying saucer on December 7, 1959. Little was subsequently heard of Carr's efforts and plans to test his full-scale 45-foot prototype. No public reports exist of any subsequent tests. In raising revenue for his spacecraft program, Carr was experiencing increasing problems with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. They had placed an injunction against Carr, ordering him to cease selling unregistered stock. On June 2nd, 1960, Carr told a California audience of 300 that it was a treacherous misstatement of fact to say or infer that we, OTC Enterprises, are coming to California to raise money and stock sales. In January 1961, the Attorney General of New York, Louis J. Lefkowitz, claimed Carr had swindled $50,000. He was charged with the crime of selling securities without registering the same. Carr was sentenced to a 14-year prison term. At the same time, I thought he just said that they just gave him fair investments, right? So Carr was sentenced to a 14-year prison term. At the same time, True magazine labeled Carr a hoaxer, thereby effectively ending any remaining public sympathy for him. After serving part of his term, Carr was released from prison and disappeared from the public arena. Suffering ill health and cut off from supporters, he lived in obscurity until his death in 1982. Apparently, the bold development of a civilian spacecraft industry had ignominiously failed. Its pioneer, a protege of the great Nikola Tesla, was publicly disgraced as a felon, having apparently hoaxed members of the general public with his wild tales of building a civilian spacecraft while actually promoting an amusement park ride. True history of what happened with Carr and his efforts to develop a civilian spacecraft industry will remain secret for another 50 years. Damn. It's only with the public emergence of one of Carr's trusted technicians that the truth will finally be told of what had really happened with the world's third civilian spacecraft effort. Let's find out what the fuck happened. Let's see here. They said he was an unquestioned genius. Tesla had recognized his quality immediately and had taught him everything he knew. What? So wait a minute. He taught him everything he knew. What you said, Javon? Yep, just look at the Ultron, a spaceship man-made, tested at 90,000 miles per hour. See what I'm saying? It's a man-made spaceship made, tested at 9,000 miles per hour, which is what we about to get into. And like Tesla seemed to know exactly what to do to get something to work. Let's see, he was an unquestioned genius. Tesla had recognized his quality immediately and had taught him everything he knew. So he was a direct apprentice who knew everything about what Tesla was doing. He was inspired and like Tesla seemed to know exactly what to do to get something to work. He was a private man, was also very metaphysical in his thinking. I think the fact that he was not formally trained in physics helped him. What? So he was not formally trained in the cabal scientists' way of thinking and way of their thinking when it comes to natural law or physical law. So he was not constrained by any preconceived ideas. As crazy as it sounds now, he was determined to fly to the moon and really believed it could be done. I believed it. We all did. Let's see. Then here you go. Here go the most important part of this particular part of the lecture. Most importantly, Ring claims that the 45-foot OTC X-1 prototype developed by Carr was completed and successfully tested back in 1959. Ring says he was one of the 3 pilots on the craft which flew 10 miles instantaneously. Notice that word. Ring described how Carr had been able to maintain communication with the 3-man team piloting the OTC X-1, who were instructed to complete a series of tasks before returning to the launch site. When asked if the OTC X-1 had flown to its destination, Ring said, "Fly is not the right word. It traversed distance. It seemed to take no time. I was with 2 other engineers when we piloted the 45-inch craft or foot craft. Let's see. I don't see the measurements, but y'all see where I'm coming from. About 10 miles. I thought it hadn't moved. I thought it had failed. I was completely astonished when we realized that we had returned with samples of rocks and plants from our destination. It was a dramatic success. It was more like a kind of teleportation." Damn. What's up, Ramel? Damn. So damn. What's going on here, y'all? What's going on here? Ring described how the test flight had been able to change the flow of time. What's more, time was distorted somehow because time ain't real. Or this fake ass time we living in, this time prison we living in ain't real. We felt we were in the craft for about 15 or 20 seconds. We were told afterwards that we'd been carefully timed as having been in the craft no longer than 3 or 4 minutes. I still have no complete idea how it worked. Remarkably, Ring's statement suggests Carr had developed a propulsion system that had similarity to the temporal drive first developed by the Vril Society, which effectively would teleport a Vril spacecraft itself through space-time. It is alleged that Tesla's ideas were a key part of the U.S. Navy's 1943 Philadelphia experiment, which was successful in teleporting the USS Eldridge through space and time. If so, then it appears that Tesla had shared some of the ideas with Carr, who subsequently incorporated them into the OTCX-1. Damn. So yeah, there you go. Let's see. He had a unique navigation system, they said. According to Ring, this navigation system used the conscious intent of the pilots rather than conventional technology. I can throw the book out the window after saying that. I just said mind interface technology. So they're manipulating the craft with their consciousness. Just like Okoye did in Black Panther. So damn. So they kept this from all y'all. All of us. Now, the Utron was the key to it all. Carr said it accumulated energy because of its shape and focused it, and also responded to our conscious intentions. When we operated the machine, we didn't work any controls. We went into a kind of meditative state, and all three of us focused our intention on the effect we wanted to achieve. In other words, they used their consciousness to activate and move the motherfucking ship where they want to go. But because consciousness does not obey the laws of physics, it obeys the laws of metaphysics, which said that consciousness can transmute itself instantaneously, like Goku could in fucking Dragon Ball. So you can transport yourself or teleport yourself to a location instantaneously. You see what I'm saying? Via just pure intention. So that's how they was able to do it. When we operated the machine, we didn't work any controls. We went into a kind of meditative state, and all three of us focused our intentions on the effect we wanted to achieve. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but that's what we did, and that's what worked. Carr had tapped into some principle which is not understood, in which consciousness melds with engineering to create an effect. You can't write that into equations. I have no idea how he knew it would work, but it did. So he melded metaphysical consciousness and metaphysics into engineering. You see what I'm saying? Solar engineering is what that's called, or metaphysical engineering. See what I'm saying? So, or astro engineering is it's also called. So this is what you got going on here. Let's see. Success of the first test of the full-scale OTCX-1 meant that planning for flights to outer space and to the moon now proceeded in earnest. So they didn't announce the results. He said the most dramatic part of the Breen's testimony concerns what happened 2 weeks after the successful test of the OTCX-1. He said the car's operation was shut down by the FBI and other government agencies in a secret raid involving 7 or 8 truckloads of armed government personnel. The deep state. The FBI told Carr that his project was being closed because of your threat to overthrow the monetary system of the United States of America. Now I can really throw the book out the door. So let me read that again. The FBI told Carr, Otis Carr, that his project was being closed because of your threat to overthrow the monetary system of the United States of America. So let me get this straight, fucking America. America. Shit, you mean to tell me you had a motherfucker figure out the secrets to space travel in 1959 and all you worried about is the monetary system? Archons. Vampire. They care more about keeping you enslaved in their hellhole than they do about traveling the cosmos. They just proved it. Indeed, Carr's successful testing of civilian spacecraft had it been allowed to go ahead, would have revolutionized the energy sector and the aerospace industry. The financial effect of a civilian spacecraft industry using electrical energy from the atmosphere for power would most certainly have placed enormous pressure on the U.S. monetary system, possibly causing its collapse. So Ring claims FBI agents confiscated all the equipment, including the OTCX-1 prototype. They debriefed all of Carr's employees, warned them to remain silent on what had happened, and made Carr sign non-disclosure agreements. Ring's testimony, if true, reveals what really happened with Otis Carr's radical civilian spacecraft project. Rather than Carr being a fraud who deceived a number of investors, his radical civilian spacecraft proved successful. His success so much threatened entrenched interest in the energy sector that his operation was shut down, with the full approval and knowledge of a select number of government agencies concerned with the financial impact on the U.S. monetary system. Carr himself was forced to endure trumped-up charges designed to discredit him and end his bold effort to develop a civilian spacecraft industry. My bad. So there y'all go. Let me go another picture of it. So the spacecraft y'all see in these movies, this image here that y'all mostly see in the movies that they talk shit about, is on this cars. That's his work that y'all seeing. That's his spacecraft. That's what it's modeled after in the cartoons. So damn. So there y'all go. Y'all read what I read. These motherfuckers you could have been in space 100 years ago. Damn near. What it is, 2020? We only 30 years off from 100 years. So yeah. Yeah. Now, they also had a corrupt super soldier program, aka the Jedi program. Project Jedi is what they called it. Or also Project Starseed, if I'm not mistaken. Or Project Stargate, my bad. Project Stargate. So let's see here. What page will we start here? 329. Now, let's see. This is a table comparing the 3 secret space program whistleblowers. You got the training, Maga, Randy Kramer, and Corey Good. Maga training. He was genetically altered from age 6 by gray ETs for psychic abilities monitored by the Navy. His service with Mars Defense Force, or the secret space program, claims to have served for 20 years with Mars Defense Force as a psychic super soldier and fighter pilot. A 20-year tour of duty, recalls signing a 20-year contract promising benefits as its conclusion. Age regression, spent 2 weeks in semi-conscious state where chemicals and medical technologies were used. Time travel, taken back in time and end of service to when he began covert service in 1976. Randy Kramer, his training. He trained from age 5 in a group of 300 children to be a super soldier. Claimed to have served for 17 years with Mars Defense Force as super soldier and 3 years in space as a pilot. Recalls signing 20-year contract promising benefits at its conclusion. Several weeks in semi-conscious state where chemicals and medical technologies were used. Taken back in time and end of service to when he began covert service, 1987. Corey Good, training from age 6 in the group of 300 children to be an intuitive empath. Claims to have served for 20 years with Solar Ward and other SSPs, or secret space programmers, as an intuitive empath. Visited Mars colonies several times. Recalls signing 20-year contract promising benefits as its conclusion. Sedated and had to remain motionless during the extensive age regression process. Taken back in time and end of service to when he began covert service, 1987. Damn. Let's see. They had physical enhancements as well and super soldier training. Cuz name Michael Ralph had his physical enhancements and super soldier training, mind control, and genetic alteration by GT to heighten psychic abilities. Randy Kramer's mind control used to heighten physical ability, and Corey Good's mind control used to heighten intuitive empathic abilities. So it was self-hypnosis, in other words. Self-hypnosis. That's what I've been teaching y'all to do to yourselves. That's what they've been doing. Let's see here. Then finally, part of covert disclosure program. Let's see. This Michael Ralph was indirectly allowed to come forward to disclose Mars and SSP, or secret space program. Randy Kramer directly encouraged to come forward to disclose Mars and SSP. And Corey Good cooperating with Solar Warden officials and coming forward to disclose secret space program. What? So yeah. So this what you got going on here. This you got. They just telling you what the fuck they been doing while we been asleep. That's basically what they telling you. See what I'm saying? Oh, they chopping the video? Hell yeah, they chopping this video, Sherry. They gonna continue to chop this video. They don't want this to get out. Yeah, let's see here. Let's go on over here to 389. We ain't done. We ain't done. We're gonna also talk about Earth's quarantine. Oh yeah. Gonna get it all in today. Let's see where I'm at. We good with battery life. Let's continue here. Let's see. Now, let's see. It is very possible that humanity's rapid rise in consciousness as a result of the end of the Cold War and the prevention of destructive earth changes had the Cold War continued, made it possible for a planet-wide ascension/harvest to occur for most of the population to a fourth density society. Far more would be able to participate in this collective ascension event than was previously thought possible, according to the Raw Group in 1981. We're going to get into the motherfuckers in a second. For good, the full disclosure event and its aftermath would be the beginning of what the SSP Alliance had dreamed of, a Star Trek civilization. In addition to the release of advanced technology that will help humanity transition to a fourth/fifth density Star Trek civilization, there will also be an important evolutionary step forward in using the power of consciousness. Enhanced human abilities such as telepathy, telekinesis, and even teleportation will be spontaneously developed by individuals in the enhanced human abilities such as telepathy, telekinesis, and even teleportation will be spontaneously developed by individuals in the future. Fourth/fifth density society on Earth. Not only will the Earth house a technologically advanced Star Trek civilization, but humanity will also have its own corps of Jedi Knights. Jedi with a J, not a D. No, not a DJ, just regular J. That's all they talking about there. Cabal Jedi Knights, capable of using enhanced psychic abilities and evolved consciousness to travel through space and time. The citizens of a post-disclosure fourth/fifth density Earth society will be surely welcome as full members of a galactic community. So they was about to sell us out to the Galactic Federation. So yeah. So they check out how they feel about free will. As one proceeds from the primal distortion of free will, one proceeds to the understanding of the focal points of intelligent energy, which have created the intelligences or the ways of a particular mind, body, spirit complex in its environment, both what you would call natural and what you would call man-made. Thus, the distortions to be avoided are those which do not take consideration the distortions of the focus of energies of love/light, or shall we say the logos of the particular sea or densities. That's a divine utterance, logos. These include the lack of understanding of the needs of the natural environment, the needs of others/cells, other cells, mind, body, spirit complexes. Recognizing the needs of the natural environment and of others is therefore an important first step in removing the distortions leading to, for example, war, poverty, and disease on Earth. The next step is to recognize our connection to either the natural environment